walk out, a little sad and a little angry. Jungkook walked behind you. Don't you think that you are a little too good at ignoring people? You didn't say anything and opened the door of your car, but he quickly closed it, making a gasp left your mouth. You looked at him and he leaned closer to your face. Okay, don't ignore me. Tell me what I did. You are quite complicated, you know. You don't have to act nice now. If I first knew about you, I would have never be friends with you. I hate two-faced people. You broke heart and now pretending to cure it. Really? I broke your heart? Through which relationship? These breakup things only suits couples, not friends. And when I did break anyone's heart, huh? Ask yourself this. Stand in front of the mirror and ask yourself if you ever hurt someone or not. Just think of everything you do these days. I'm sorry if it's unintentional. You don't have to be sorry. Explain yourself the day you will find out what you did. You said and turned to sit in the car but stopped when you saw Ria standing at the mansion gate. You looked at Jungkook and then at her. You scoffed. Sam, let's go to Kim Mansion. You said and sat in the car, closing the door with a loud sound. It's so beautiful, she said, kissing the fabric of your dress. You hummed slightly. She looked at you and sighed, placing her hand on yours. She took a deep breath. You and your friend were sitting on the bed fixing your wedding dress. The fabric felt smooth under your fingers, but your heart was heavy. You look a little sad, your mind elsewhere. Are you really happy with this marriage? You forced a smile and nodded even though you were not. Yes, I am. She looked at you with concern, seeing through your face. Are you sure? You don't seem like yourself. Maybe you should think about it again. You sighed, knowing she was right but not wanting to admit it. I know. You whispered, staring at the dress in your lap, feeling the weight of the decision pressing down on you. Don't you love Jungkook? She whispered while you scoffed. Does it matter? He doesn't love me. He wants to be with his ex again. He finds me annoying and not his type. She shook her head, her concern deepening. But don't you think you should follow your heart? You glanced at her, tears welling up in your eyes. I don't know if I can. It feels like I am just going through the motions. Stop ignoring him. He feels like you really don't have feeling for him. Stop ignoring his effort to make you realize that he loves you. Vian, not everyone is expressive and it's fine, right? If he can't gather himself to confess, then you do. That's fine. Not every time a boy has to make a first move. And I said with my 100% of surety that he loves you. Calling me annoying in front of his ex, is it love or I am not his type? This is love. What is it? I can't really tell you the exact answer why he said this. And I'm not even defending him here. You matter to me more than he does. You know, after you left yesterday, I saw both of them fighting. He clearly said that he had nothing for her and regret that he ever loved her. I have seen it in his eyes. Maybe something is missing between you two. You should talk to him again and try to fix it. I don't know if there's anything left to say. She pressed her lips together and nodded. That's fine, but just don't regret things later, because you just have this night to fix things. After tomorrow, there's no backup. You won't be able to do anything, and not only you, but he too. So think wisely. Leave it, let's go to sleep. Tomorrow, it's really a big day for you. Take a rest. No, Jungkook, I can't give you permission for this, he said, walking to the couch and sat there. Jungkook sighed and walked to him. I need to finish this mission tonight, he insisted, his tone firm. Mr. Park shook his head, concern erect on his face. Jungkook, it's Vian's wedding tomorrow. She might need you. You know that, and if you won't attend her wedding, she will be hurt. Jungkook's eyes softened for a moment at the mention of you, but he quickly steeled himself. I will be back before the wedding, I promise. Mr. Park sighed, rubbing his temple. It's too risky. What if something goes wrong? I know the risk, but this needs to be done, and I need to be the one to do it. Just tonight, and if not, then we might end up losing everything. The hard work of 1 month, just all. Mr. Park looked at Jungkook, seeing the unyielding resolve in his eyes. After a long pause, he finally nodded. Alright, but you better come back safe and sound. Vian will be devastated if anything happened to you. I will, thank you, and don't worry about her. This time she won't. Mr. Park looked at him confused while he bowed and left from there. Jungkook's steps stopped and he looked at his side, only to see the door of your room closed. His fists clenched and for the first time maybe, but his eyes got teary and he felt a sudden, weird type of fear in his heart. Fear that he is losing something, or maybe he already does lose something precious. She was looking for you in the morning. I think you both should talk. Jungkook looked back and smiled slightly. It's okay, she needs rest. Saying that he laughed, leaving Mr. Park in confusion. You are looking so beautiful, my dear. Your mom cups your cheeks and smiles at you while you force yourself to smile. Your eyes travel around, searching for the specific person in the crowd of two families. But as you thought, he was not here. Your mom smiled, seeing the desperation in your eyes. Looking for Jungkook? He is a little busy right now, but he will join us later. She said, smiling at you while you nodded. Mrs. Kim approached you with a warm smile. Vian, you look so beautiful. Taeyang is a lucky man. Thank you, Mrs. Kim. You smile, waving slightly. Come on, dear, call me mom now. It will be so nice to hear that. You didn't say anything and just nodded with a smile. You glanced around again, hoping to catch a glimpse of Jungkook, but he was nowhere to be seen. Everyone was occupied with the preparation. Your dad was discussing logistics with Mr. Kim, while Taeyang was talking to some relative, looking occasionally in your direction with concerned expression. Vian, can you help with these decorations? One of your aunt called out. Of course, you said, trying to focus on the task at hand. As you worked, your thought kept drafting back to Jungkook, wondering where he was and what he was doing. Your mom noticed your distraction and gently squeezed your shoulder. Everything will be alright. He was behaving a little weirdly back then, but he can't miss such an important day, no matter how busy he will be. You nodded, hoping she was right. As the preparation continued around, everyone getting ready to head to the marriage hall. Everything was ready. The marriage was going to take place in a few hours. You were nervous and scared at the same time, your hand trembling slightly. Taeyang was by your side, trying to console you. It's going to be okay. I can't promise, but assure you. Taeyang said softly, placing an assuring hand on your shoulder. You forced a smile at him and nodded. Finally, you even lost any hope to get back from here. Destiny is stronger than your plans, and maybe that's what your destiny is. Suddenly, a guard burst into the room, his face pale. He hurried over to Mr. Park, whispering something urgently. Mr. Park's expression shifted to one of shock and concern. What's wrong? He looked at you all, and his expression says that something bad had happened. Jungkook is in the hospital. He is being badly hurt, with too many bullet wounds. You stumble on your feet as soon as he finished his sentence. Taeyang quickly grabbed your hand to support you so that you won't get hurt. You all go for marriage, I will check on him. I'm coming to that, I need to see him. You said with a breaking voice. Everyone around you started talking at once. Some said it was too dangerous, while others insisted you couldn't leave the marriage like this. You can meet him after your marriage ceremony, he said, walking a little away. Your eyes shed a tear and you walked to him. Your dad looked back at you when you held his hand. Appa, please, I can't do this. Let me see him. Vian dear, it's not good to leave the marriage hall like this. It's still dangerous out there. You can meet him later after you You shook your head, stopping him in middle. I don't care. I love him. Don't you understand? I can't live without him. Please let me go to him. You cry out, tears streaming down your face. Your desperate confession stunned the room into silence. Tyang's grip on your hand tightened, his own eyes filled with concern. You look back at Tyang. I'm sorry, but I love Jungkook. I can't do this. Why? Think about what you are saying. Your dad shouted, his voice hard, loud at the same time. I have thought about it. I love him. I need to be with him. Please. I'm really sorry, but Appa, I never wanted this marriage. I was doing all this for your happiness. But not now. He needs me, at least at this moment. Please. You look at Yang with your pleading eyes. It was always him, that someone I wanna be with. You look at your dad with a guilt expression and softly said, I can't marry Tyang. I feel nothing for him. I'm in love with Jungkook. Your dad's face tightened with concern and confusion. Ryan, what are you saying? This marriage has been planned for months. Why didn't you tell us about this earlier? Because you never asked. You have been doing so much for me, but little did I know, not this time. But now I can't go through with it. My heart belongs to Jungkook. Mr. Park sighed deeply, the weight of your words shrinking in. Are you sure about this? You nodded, tears brimming in your eyes. Yes, Dad, I love Jungkook. I need to be with him, especially now. He looked around at concerned faces, then back to you. Alright, if that's what you truly want, then go to him. Honey, nothing matters more to me than your happiness, and if Jungkook is able to give you that, then I don't have any problem with it. I just want you to be happy. You looked at Yang and he smiled, nodding his head. Your eyes went to your dad. You hugged him and he smiled and hugged you back. Thank you so much. Your dad broke the hug and cupped your cheeks. Go, he might be waiting only to see you. Maybe. You look at Yang, your eyes pleading for understanding. He met your gaze, his own expression a mix of sadness and acceptance. Slowly he released your hand, giving you a small encouraging smile. Go, be with him. You smile gratefully at Yang, gathering your gown as you turn to leave without looking back. You run out of the room, your heart set on reaching Jungkook. You opened the door slightly and peeked inside. Your eyes got teary when you saw Jungkook, lying on the bed, shirtless. His whole stomach and chest was wrapped in bandages, making your eyes even more teary. Your sobs get louder as you approach him. Your steps slow down as you walk near him. You sat on the chair beside his bed. Your eyes stared at his back for a while, and your eyes again got teary. You started to cry. Your heart is heavy, hands shivering, and your sobs get louder every passing second. Seeing him like this made your heart itches. Stop it, I'm not dead. His hoarse voice startling you. Your head shot up, eyes wide with shock. You are awake? You whispered, your voice trembling. Jungkook managed a weak smile, his dark eyes meeting yours. Yeah, I'm awake. It's going to take more than this to get rid of me. Why? What do you think? That you already get rid of me, huh? Relief washed over you, but you couldn't stop the tears from flowing. You idiot, you scare me half to death. You choke out, trying to sound angry, but fail miserably. His expression softened as he reached out a hand. Through it took visible effort. You hesitate before taking it, your heart fluttering at the contact. Why do you care so much? I thought we hated each other. Your breath hitched. This was the moment you had feared and longed for. I don't hate you. I never did. You admit, your voice barely above a whisper. He looked at you, his eyes searching yours, and saw the vulnerability in them. Then why do we always fight? Because you are an idiot. You called me annoying in front of your ex girlfriend, and after that, everything changed. You start acting differently, and I don't know how to handle it. She was not even that beautiful, then why are you behind her? He squeezed her hand gently, a small smile tugging at his lips despite the pain he was in. I don't call you annoying. I say you were kind of annoyed. Your eyes flashed with a mix of hurt and frustration. It's the same thing, stupid. It feels like you were dismissing me, and then you start acting so differently. I didn't know what to think. Jungkook sighed, running his hand through his hair. Yes, I was an idiot. I was trying to push you away because I was scared of how I felt about you. I didn't know how to deal with it. You kind of become my habit, and the thought that not just these days, but within few days you will start to ignore me completely, make me do all this. Some words never come out from the heart. Those are just hollow words. And those, what I said that day, was also meaningless. I never wanted to hurt you. I'm sorry for everything I said that day. But what about you? Bad-mouthed me the whole night. And I even heard that you said if you saw me then you did rip my mouth off. I guess words travel too fast. I didn't say that I did rip off your mouth. I said I could rip it off. He chuckled and looked at you. And what's the difference between both the things? They are nearly the same. Nearly, but not the same. And I'm here talking about you, not me. Understand? He nodded, and there's a silence. He was looking at you with the eyes which always make you nervous, while you were looking around trying to fight with this sudden silence, which is not awkward but also not acceptable. You are looking so beautiful in this wedding dress. Does that even matter now? You still didn't match his gaze, but he smiled slightly, his eyes fixed on you. You smiled slightly too, your cheeks and your ears turning red. Many people had complimented you, saying you were the most beautiful bride they ever seen. Even Tiang, but for some reason, only his simple compliment made your heart skip a beat. What are you doing here? It's your wedding day. You should be there with Tiang. Everyone might be waiting for you. I don't want your special day to be ruined because of me. You look at him and scoff, seeing that shimmick on his face. I wish you could be alright and I will really rip off your this pretty mouth. Don't you know what it means when a girl runs from her wedding just to see some other man? He gave you a teasing smile despite his pain. I don't know. Why don't you tell me? Aish, I really hate this man. Tiang said that he will not marry me. Why? Did he got to know that it's really so hard to handle you? Of course not. I threatened him. And you both chuckled. Jungkook turned his face to you while you again started to shed the tears, making him smile. It's the first time he is seeing you crying, but still looking adorable. I mean, I care about you, you idiot. I mean, I love you, even when you are still stuck with your dead ex. I'm warning you that she isn't your type. She will use you again. Oh, you really know me? Then tell me what's my type. You think for a while and shrugged your shoulder. How could I know? It's your type. You should know this. My heart suddenly says it's a beautiful girl sitting in front of me in a white wedding dress, who had such a soft heart that she is here for me instead of her wedding. What do you think of her? You scoffed and looked at him while wiping your tears. Really? Don't you think she is too immature for you? Will you able to handle her annoyed nature? And she isn't even your type. That's what you said. Did you forget? Yeah, I forgot. I changed my taste. I suddenly started to like annoying people. Aish, you are a stone hearted. A name written on stone can never be erased, little buddy. Should I write yours? You looked at him and forced a smile. No need. Your so called girlfriend won't like being replaced. You said, rolling your eyes while he chuckled, looking at you. I'm glad that she wasn't the one, but you will be the first and the last one there. I see. Okay then, I will also not wear those short dresses again. Yeah, I'm really too frank in romance, but when it comes to clothes, I become too picky. But guess what? You look so beautiful in them. I won't mind continue to see you in them throughout my whole life. You didn't say anything and just nodded. Jungkook take a deep breath. I love you, YL. He said all of a sudden, making your heart skip all its beat for a second. Your thoughts suddenly dry up. You look in his eyes and they spoke love and affection for you. The sincerity towards his words. Your eyes started to shed tears again without you knowing. I thought I would really get married too young. You are really stupid. Why you didn't confess to me earlier? You even know how scared I got. I almost lost all the hopes to ever hear these words from your mouth. I hate you. I will never forgive you for this. You said crying, your words overlapping with each other, and he hardly able to understand anything. He chuckled and spread his arms for you. You walked to him while wiping your tears and lay on the side in his arms, trying your best not to hurt him. I hate you. I will never forgive you for making me cry on this day. Then I'm ready to make it up with you forever for this. He said and kissed your temple while you wrapped your arm around his waist and buried your face in his chest. He chuckled and patted your back. You really ran away from your marriage for me? Yes, because being with you even in hospital bed means more to me than any wedding ever could. He reached up to gently touch your cheeks, his finger brushing away a stray tear. You're really the bravest woman I ever knew in my life, and even spoiled. It's better if you don't talk about this, because it's you who spoiled me. Hey Chuckle, and I'm planning to spoil you even more after marriage. You are mine, mine to love and mine to care, mine to spoil and mine to handle. Marriage without dating, without knowing each other. Don't you think 19 years is enough to know each other? You look up at him and smile while he smiled back. I love you. Me too. I love you so much.